I'm Josh. This is Colin. And this is Perseverance, our floating off-grid home. Come explore with us as we sail to new places, we learn how to protect our environment, and see how we coexist with nature. We'll also make lots of friends along the way.
So today's project, one of today's projects, is going to be getting the aft stays reinstalled. We've had them uninstalled for this whole hardtop project, and we have to locate where on this hardtop they're going to come through. So we're working on that right now with some of the emails from the initial design phase. That's what Josh is looking up right now. We're going to figure out where we need to drill, and then we're going to pass the stays through the hardtop, just like they came through the old Bimini soft top, and then they detach down here on these D-rings. We're going to try making the smallest hole possible so we can do a test fit and then widen it as needed to try and find the perfect center. It's not in the exact same location as it was on the soft top, and the reason is because the soft top was lower, and since these stays come angled down from the mast, those spots were a little bit further back, not exactly sure how far back, from where these are going to go, but somewhere in this vicinity. I think Josh stubbed his toe. He's making
my shin on the damn. I always hit my shin on this, and the other day I was thinking about putting foam here, and I was like, no, if I put foam there, Colin's gonna say it looks ridiculous, and I still might just put foam there and see if he even notices.
And I would probably think that looks ridiculous, but whether or not I would have noticed right away, that's a different story.
You would have noticed when you hit your shin and been like, wow, that didn't hurt. Anyway.
Possibly.
I think it's because I'm too short.
Yeah.
I think your extra long legs just let you get out without hitting.
That's true. It's a really nice day today. It's chilly. It's been like rainy and windy for the past several days.
A couple cold fronts came through.
Yeah, a couple cold fronts. This classic looking ship behind us does like dinner cruises or something at night, and they had to get two boats to like act as tugs to get them off the dock.
I think they just used two towboat totes. Two towboat
totes.
totes.
Towboat totes.
Towboat boats.
Towboat boats. Towboat boat.
Towboats.
Towboat boat.
Towboats.
Towboat boat. Towboat boat. Towboat boat. Towboat boat. Try and say that fast. So that's project number one. Project number two is going to be hopefully getting these solar panels on, because they have been living on our deck for the past 3 weeks.
Yeah, and they're not
since we started this project, and with all of the shade from the various things on deck, bless you, they are just not putting out very much power. So trying to mount those are going to be going on the forward half of the Bimini, and then a few months from now, when we can afford it, we're going to be getting 2 more panels to put on the back, because the big plan for this hardtop was always to have 4 of these 375 watt solar panels, which will give us 1500 watts. I think I did that right. 375 times 4. We'll find out. Total in solar power, which is going to be amazing for a 35-foot boat. Some might say ridiculous. That's okay. It's going to be amazing. Well, it's been raining off and on, so we keep having to grab everything and run inside, but I think we have a little bit of a break from the rain. So right now, before we commit to putting any holes in the hardtop, we are just double checking all the measurements from the original design, because it's always better to measure like 15 times and cut once. So that's what we're doing.
We're going to make a committed hole in our hardtop, which is stressful, and we think we've got the stays in almost exactly the right position, but it's just impossible to make it perfect without committing to a hole and adjusting afterward. But so we're gonna start with a 1/2 inch hole. Eventually we're probably gonna have a 3 or 4 inch hole anyway, for allowing the stay to move around up there as you know the mast slightly changes position. So even if we mess up by 3 inches, we should still be able to make a nice clean hole eventually. So anyway, we're gonna give it a go.
We're slowly investigating forward to figure out exactly where the stays want to stay. Stays want to stay. And it's getting pretty close.
Yeah. But now we're going to use a big 4-inch hole saw We're gonna take these off again, and we're gonna make a big hole, and it's gonna be a perfect, circle, so it'll look pretty.
And then we're gonna epoxy, we're gonna use some epoxy on the inner lip of the hardtop just so that any water or rain can't get into the hardtop. Oh, well, you made that easy.
It wasn't easy. It looks pretty.
Alright. We've got 2 stay holes.
It's good.
They don't look like shit.
I'm amazed. You did a good job. Thank you. I really did not expect that to come out so well. So
They look really good.
I'm excited. We should get some epoxy.
Yeah, we did it first. We're reattach it, reattach the stays, and do the epoxy.
Let's do the stays
first.
Then we can let the epoxy cure.
So what exactly are we doing here?
Covering these panels so that there's as little power coming in as possible, but they say don't unplug them at all when there's power. And I think it's because you can get like a jump, like if you're too close together, they can easily, what do you call that when the power? Arcing maybe, yeah.
So we are aligning and marking exactly where we want the panels to go so that we can have a reference for everything else, like the brackets.
All right, time to cut some fiberglass.
Alright, so we use the oscillating tool to cut the little holes, and that is what is allowing the brackets to go through. And then on top, you just need enough clearance for one of these bolt heads to fit underneath. So this is exactly what the bracket will look like fully installed. So now we're trying to figure out just how we're going to drill it, because the hole needs to be, of course, in a spot that's very difficult to get a full-size drill into. Marking the brackets, they're all in. We are getting ready to attach the aluminum tube. Very exciting. So,
It's gonna be great,
yeah.
promise. Once it's done.
Very,
Until then, it's going to be stress.
this has been surprisingly tedious, but that's boat life. All right, we've got one pole brace on, so it is through bolted to the brackets here and there, and those brackets are through bolted inside here and there. So we're gonna do the same thing right here, and then we're going to place the panel on top, mark again, take it all down, put all the bolts in, put it back on, and then we'll be done with one panel, and then we start over on panel 2, which is currently up there. So it's a lot of work, but we do this once. That's a lot better than a generator. There's no maintenance. And it's free green power.
Free green.
Now for the panel. We almost had to stop the project dead in its tracks, and for a second was worried that the entire design was not going to work, because little did we know that the lip in here is only about half a finger wide as compared to about a full finger on the sides. And so momentary panic, and then we just thought about it for a little bit, and then we realized we can make it work, but it's very tight. But it's on there. It is doable, but it takes a lot of precision. All right, almost fully assembled. We've got the aluminum 1x1 inch bars going the full length. They're secured at the ends of the panel, and then our L brackets.
Finally.
There you go. That are going to come through and bolt to the support bars for the hardtop. We are just about ready to put it on. So we decided that we weren't going to be happy with using just some kind of sealant around these brackets. We actually want to protect the core that is inside the fiberglass hardtop, and so we are mixing some 5-minute epoxy, and we're going to try using toothpicks to apply it inside the holes we've made so that they are watertight, and even if the sealant that we're going to put on top of that were to fail and let water through, at least the hardtop itself is still sealed and protected. So Josh is mixing the 5-minute epoxy.
Trying to get equal circular dabs, and the label. This is the label of the frickin' bottle just falling off. It's terrible. I feel like I could stir this better with than a toothpick.
Like a popsicle stick?
Yeah, we have 1,000 of those. Down there, thank you.
Let's see. Rummaging through all the projects, the wood varnish is coming out really nicely. Josh has been working on that a bunch. We just got a million projects going on right now. Oh, there's the popsicle sticks. We do have a million of them.
Eventually we got the 2 panels fully mounted and they looked really great. Unfortunately, this is the only image I have of the panels fully installed due to some technical difficulties. In an upcoming video, we'll have a shot of all 4 of our solar panels on the hardtop, so keep an eye out for that. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. It really helps our channel grow. If you enjoy our content, please consider supporting us on Patreon.